Dobardan, Divine Pisces, 222. It is Wednesday, May 5th. It's Cinco de Mayo. Yay! Um, 2021, and actually, that's interesting. It's 5-5 today. And 2021 is 5. We're in year 5, so it's technically 5-5-5 today. And then I realized, actually, I just realized that that's crazy. Okay, so again, for the contest, any donation of $5.55, you get an entry into the contest to win either a 30-minute live session with me, an in-depth reading, or a free clearing. And yeah, today is 5-5-5. So, interesting. I know Jupiter's doing something. Jupiter 1111 is doing something for 5-5-5. So go check out her channel. If you're part of her email group, she would have sent that out yesterday for you guys, for your sessions. I was going to do something with her, and just crap just kind of happened, and unfortunately I wasn't able to. So I am still hoping to get with her for the Lionsgate event on 8/8. That's also the deadline for my online course that I'm hoping to have out for you guys. Clear. Also, just you know, for those who didn't, I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but it's like people aren't seeing my channel, aren't seeing my videos again. I don't know. I don't get it, but whatever. So for those who didn't catch yesterday's reading, definitely I'll link it in my description box. Go check it out. But just to rehash, I will be going into mission full time by the 22nd of this month. Of course, 2/2, and I actually did not pick that on purpose. It just happened to be the last date of the notice that I'm going to give. Just happened to be that way. So right. And a lot of stuff is going to be happening with the website and with my services and the things that I really want to do for the collective and for the community, and to be able to actually build a solid foundation for those who are seeking guidance, or who are seeking to guide, or, light workers who are kind of coming into their mission, not sure where to go, and finding mentors that can help them do what they need to do. So I'm really excited about that. It's like a lift off my shoulders. And yes, I'm off today again. That was not on purpose. Yesterday was on purpose. I took a mental health day. And today I was literally getting ready to go, getting ready to leave my apartment. And I got a message from my sitter that she couldn't sit my kid today, so I couldn't go to work. So it's really kind of weird, because yesterday it was like I had the ability to, I took my daughter to daycare, and then I came back and did what I needed to do, got some work done. And today I have her. So it's like I'm being tested, like, with two different scenarios of how I'm going to handle my mission and how disciplined I'm actually going to be to get work done. Clear. Look, you can't make this stuff up, okay? Stuff like this that happens, you can't, it just makes too much sense. And the more I go through life, the more lessons I learn, the less I believe in coincidences. So, like, if you guys are experiencing, like, weird coincidences, or, whatever, pay attention to those guys. There's something there. It's not a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences. No such thing. Okay, things happen for a reason. And those of you who've been on the journey long enough, you already know that. But yeah, so very interesting stuff coming, guys. Again, listen to your intuition. I feel like that's really the overall message for this week in general, is like intuition has been kicking in. Like, it's like at this point, it's like so in your face you can't ignore it. And yet there are still people. There are still people out there who are choosing their illusions. Okay. I also feel some anxiety coming in from the collective. Some fear, anxiety that's being triggered right now, because there's a lot of uncertainty happening in the moment, especially if you're going with intuition and you're just kind of letting it go and you're just going with it. There can be a lot of fear that comes in with that, because you're literally just taking a chance, you know what I mean? But everything's going to be fine. But there's also this anxiety that's coming in. It's not really anxious necessarily. It's more of like an anticipation of moving on to the next step, ready to move on to the next step, waiting for that that green light, right? Literally sitting there revving your engine, waiting for that green light to go and knowing that you're going to win, that kind of thing, right? So I really feel that coming in right now, and pay attention to that, because the signs are being shown to you. The signs are coming in all the time, okay? Not just numbers. I'm not talking about numbers. I'm talking maybe something somebody says to you triggers you. Maybe like an address that you see. There's something about that address that you're just like, there's something with this. I need to follow it. Things like that, okay? Things are coming in daily. I would say probably by the minute things are coming in for you guys. And you just need to pay attention to those things. Like when you set your intentions, when you set your energy, and you set your focus on what it is you're trying to achieve, that's when the way opens up. But you have to open the door first. Energetically open the door, and then the rest will follow. Do you see? And that's kind of the energy the collective is in right now. And it's like you're being nudged in a way. You're being nudged, but in reality, it's like Source is really trying to shove you into where you need to go. Okay? All right, so overall energies here. Interesting. Got navel chakra. So, solar plexus, navel chakra. Again, that anxiety feeling coming in. So just don't feed too much into the fear part of it. Feed into the anticipation. The anticipation is like, yes, I'm ready to go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Keep that energy, because that's your momentum. That's your forward movement. That's your well, yeah, like in a way, it's like you're confident that you know where you're going. You're confident that Source is going to show you the way. You're confident that what you're feeling is the right thing and is the truth, right? And you know that. But yet some of you are still feeling stuck in some of these situations that you're in. Okay, so it's like the energy and the 3D are not aligning yet, but you know that they will. So it's really just kind of like we're in this transition stage. Does that make sense? Like we're in this transition of, okay, my energy's there. All right, Source, I'm ready. Show me where to go, right? That's where the collective is at right now, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. Just try not to linger too much in that stuck energy, because it's kind of like when you're a kid. Okay, let's make this analogy. Like when you were a kid, you couldn't go to sleep probably the first day or the night before the first day of school. Right, why? Because you were anxious about the next day. You were excited, you were scared, you didn't know what was going to happen. You were just kind of in this anxiety/anticipation vibe, and you couldn't turn your brain off. There was just so much going on, right? And there was more and more anxiety coming in because your brain was just going over and over and over again, all of these scenarios that could possibly happen the next day, first day of school. So you didn't go to sleep, right? So same thing with like Christmas, Christmas Eve, Christmas morning. When you're a kid, you can't go to sleep on Christmas Eve. Santa's going to be there. Okay. And that is, you're going to get up probably at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Parents are still going to be asleep, and Santa will have been there, and you can, you got toys you can play with. So why would you sleep anyway? You're just going to stay up and wait for Santa to get there, and then you're going to go downstairs, right? So stuff like that. So then anticipation coming in. Which actually I kind of love, because it's like a lot of us are feeling like children right now. We are feeling renewed. We're sending, like, it's almost like guys, the anticipation that I feel like you're feeling and is almost like a renewal of peace, a renewal of balance, a renewal of, my life is good. Life is great. Life is awesome. That kind of feeling coming in, not so much the fear. But I do feel that some of you, the fear is trying to come in. It's like you're in that state of, yes, it's coming, it's happening, everything is great. And then it's like, the fear coming in, wait a minute, what if this happens? No. These little scenarios going on in your head. So shut that off. Shut that off. You don't need that. That is not what you need at all, okay? Just keep going. Have faith. Everything's going to be fine. All right, so feminine right here. Okay, this is interesting. So I've got pride and self-love. Now this to me, they could go hand in hand in a way. Some feminines I do feel, They are in an energy of feeling like they are trying to take care of themselves, but maybe there are people around them that are trying to make them feel guilty about that. You know, telling them that they are being selfish and that they are not being considerate of those around them. Heaven forbid they take care of them first. Heaven forbid they do that. Heaven forbid that they take into account what is right for them, and to hell with everything else. You know, that for some reason is looked at as being selfish. And guys, you have to understand the difference between being selfish and being in self-love. Completely different thing. Okay? They are not synonymous. I don't care who is telling you this, they are wrong. And you know that. Okay? So there are some feminines out there that you are being guilted into not trusting this. Oh, hey, sorry. And being staying here. This is where some of you feel like this is why some of you feel stuck, because you feel like there are people around you that are trying to guilt you into staying where you are because it helps them. Okay? Okay? And at some point, you just have to put that boundary up. You have to put that boundary up and do what's right for you. And once you do what's right for you, everything else will fall into place. Those people have to find their own way too. They can't just rely on, you know, other people to fill that void for them. They have to figure that out. Okay? I also do feel this could be juxtaposed with, there are some feminines out there who are still kind of in this energy of judging other people, okay, while they're kind of in transition and awakening and understanding what self-love means. They're looking at other people like, why are these people the way that they are? Trust me, I know. It's very easy to do, because when you're in the day-to-day, especially if you deal with people, I deal with people every single day. That's my job. Like, you catch yourself judging these people because you're like, what is wrong with this person? Why is this person cussing me out? Why is this person such a jerk? And then I have to go, okay. It's not personal. It has nothing to do with me. These people don't even know me. They're probably having a bad day. They're unhappy. You know, there's things going on in their life that I have no idea what it is, you know, stuff like that. And so you have to kind of bring yourself back into that balance of, okay, none of this is personal. And so look at that. For the people who are maybe around you trying to pull you back into that trapped feeling, right? Trying to guilt you back into Eden, so to speak. It's not personal. But the thing is you have to you also need to understand that they're probably going to feel like it's personal if you leave, but you know it's not. So don't get into that mindset, oh, this person is going to hate me. This person's going to resent me. This person's going to yada, 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 yada. It doesn't matter. That's not on you. Do you see? That person has their own reasons for doing things that they do. They have their own lessons that they have to learn. You don't have to carry that burden for them anymore. I don't care who it is. Family, friends, a job, it doesn't matter. Okay? Let the things fall away. Let the things that no longer resonate fall away. Okay? Yeah. I'm sorry. Like, I love doing readings for you guys, and when, you know, it happens almost all the time, but there are times it happens that even I'm just like, wow, source, anxiety in reverse. So boom, there you go. So feminine, you've got to get yourself out of your head, because that's where you're at right now. That's where you're at. The anxiety or the anticipation that you're feeling is being overshadowed right now by the anxiety. And that's because you have so many scenarios going on in your head of, oh my God, what if this doesn't work out? What if I fall on my face? What if shit hits the fan? What if my family hates me? Just blah, 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 blah. All of this stuff coming in, guys. Just quiet your mind. Do some meditation. Do some yoga. Do something to just quiet your mind. Okay? Because the mind is coming in and trying to... Okay, so when you look at... Okay. Just... The ego is there to protect you in the 3D. That is what it does. Okay? And what the 3D does, or the ego does in the 3D, is you get the fight or flight response a lot of times. You know, when things coming in that are seeming dangerous or risky or unknown. The ego automatically will kick in and say, no, 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 you got to protect yourself. You got to protect yourself. This is your 3D vessel. I'm trying to protect you, blah, 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 blah. Okay, but you have to put ego in its place. You have to put ego in its place. Sometimes the fear is misplaced. A lot of times the fear is misplaced. Now, obviously, if you're being faced with an actual terrifying situation, like somebody is, and I've been in this situation, somebody's pointing a gun at you or something like that, obviously you listen to the 3D for a second and you take care of yourself. You do what you got to do, right? But when, let's say you're just literally in your head and you're going over these scenarios, and I know everybody has done this, or you have had conversations with people in your head, and then you start feeling this anger, and you haven't even had that conversation yet. I know, actually, Jupiter was talking about this one time in one of her videos like a year ago. You make this up, and it happens in your head before you even talk to that person. You're already in that energy. Like you're manifesting that anger when you have no idea how that conversation is going to go. Do you see where I'm going with this? So get out of your head, feminine. Get out of your head, okay? What's going to happen is going to happen. You just have to let it go. You just have to let it go, and everything will fall into place. Also, get out of that judgment mentality. Some of you are still in that judgment mentality. Some of you are judging yourselves right now, and that's where your anxiety is coming in. You're going, I'm not good enough. There's no way I can do this. I'm not strong enough. I'm not ready. Blah, 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 blah. Right? But the thing is you are ready. You are ready to fulfill your destiny. You're readier than you think. More ready. Readier. More ready than you think. Right? You're ready to fulfill that role. Okay? And this is the role that you were incarnated for. This is what you were meant to do, and this is where the fulfillment comes in. Once you're in that energy, everything else will fall into place. Okay? Now, this is interesting because you've got the Lovers in reverse here. Now, some of you, this again, and I have been harping on this for months. Okay? Some of you are still not releasing your counterpart. Let's talk to the twin flames for a second. Some of you are still not releasing who you thought was your counterpart. Whether they are or not, doesn't matter. If you're in separation, you have not released that yet. There's still something clinging onto that. Some of you, somebody else has shown up and you're questioning a lot. Some of you, an energy match has shown up, okay? And yet you're still tied to this other person who maybe you haven't even talked to in months. You haven't seen him, you haven't talked to him, you don't know. You stalk their Facebook page, but what is that going to do for you? Okay? Okay? Some of you, this is where you're at. And take it from somebody who's been in that situation. I had an energy match show up, and guess what? He's my counterpart. Mind blown, right? And it took me a minute to realize it. And it was like, he knew. And questioned a lot. Like, why don't you see that I am who I am? Why can't you see I am you? And it did. It took me a while. It took me a while to wake it up. And guys, don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself, okay? Now, you'll come to it in time, but some of you just need that nudge. You need that nudge, and that's what Source is trying to do, and that's where I come in. That's my message for you. Some of you, this is the wake-up call you needed to stop throwing away happiness with two hands. Do you see where I'm going? Okay. 3 of Wands in reverse. Yeah. Motivation in reverse. So it's like you're not motivated to make that choice yet because you're still kind of weighing your options. That's where the anxiety is coming in. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. The door is open. The door is open. Go through. It's there. The opportunity is there. Your counterpart is there. Okay? And, I mean, guys, come on. Now, sometimes it does take a bit more of a wake-up call. It takes a tower, you know, and some of you, that's where you're at. You're about to hit tower. Okay. Okay, masculine. Yes, Pluto, retrograde. And destiny, again, bingo, mirroring going on here. So masculine also in this energy of literally transforming, okay, into that, what's the word I'm looking for? It's hard for me to make words sometimes. I'm sorry. It's like Source is telling me a bunch of words, and it's like I can't pick one out. But it's like they're just transforming into who they need to be in order to fulfill their destiny, if that makes any sort of sense whatsoever. A lot of masculines in the last couple of years have come into awakening. They have awakened. They have released a lot of things. They've released a lot of people, situations, you know, regrets, things like that. Literally purged all of these things. And I know I said yesterday, I really just like feel like a lot of masculines are purging, like physically, like some of their stuff they're just throwing away. They're just throwing it away. And I feel like this particular group of masculines that I'm picking up on, they're coming more, they're in tune with their feminine side. So they are exploring the spiritual side. They're feeling the spiritual side a little bit more. They're understanding how to connect the spiritual with the 3D. And a lot of them, this has to do with their feminine. A lot of this particular group of masculines that I'm picking up on right now are coming to the realization that their feminine is their feminine. Okay, now this could be the ones who are in separation. They're coming back, and I know I said this yesterday. The true counterparts coming back. Those of you who have released your situation, this is your true masculine coming in, and they recognize you for who you are, and they're coming for you. That's kind of stalkish, but yeah, no, they're coming. They're coming. Like some of them, they recognized you in an instant. They knew exactly who you were. And they felt something that they've never felt before. And they couldn't put words to it. And then they're starting to, you know, as things kind of progress, maybe you started off as friends, maybe, you know, you were work friends or whatever. Like it's like they're starting to recognize themselves in you, feminine. Okay? And realizing that you are, in fact, in a way, their destiny. Okay? So it's a really good energy for masculine to be in. Oh my God. Holy crap. Okay, so Dick Stick is back. So yeah, that sexual energy is still coming in. Definitely real strong with the masculine energy. Okay, very motivated though. Very motivated to move on, to move forward, to help, you know, feminine move where she needs to go. And again, this is a repeating message. This has been since Monday. Masculine is just like, yeah, I know what you want. Let's go. Come on. Let me guide you. Let me take the reins for once. Let me take control in the 3D. That is what I'm supposed to do. You know? Feminine is like, okay, I've got to release the 3D. I need to let masculine take control. And you know, this is where the juxtaposition comes in, okay? And we talk about when we talk about the feminine and masculine and what that actually means, and how like they're not the same, but they are equal. Equality doesn't mean the same. It doesn't. That is not what that means. They're not synonymous. Okay? And if we're talking semantics here, okay, in general, the feminine is the nurturer, right? The feminine is the, in a way, the passive one, but she leads energetically. Whereas the masculine energy is the one who, you know, puts down the roots and moves the tribe forward or the group forward or whatever you want to call it. Okay, that's why in a lot of like old religions and things like that, you know, there were priestesses, there were women, there were women healers and things like that, and they were the ones who would tell the warriors, okay, so here's where the energies are, we're at a good place for war, let's go, we're gonna have victory, so let's move. And then the warriors are like, yeah, taking that energy and saying, let's go. Do you see where I'm going? So there's like a balance of the two. You have to have a balance, okay? And I do feel, especially in this climate, a lot of feminines, and I'm not talking about women necessarily, but feminine energies are being told juxtaposition or juxtaposing views, juxtaposing things. You know, there's this whole idea of rejecting the gender roles and things like that, but that's not what I'm talking about. It's this whole idea that the feminine energy has to control everything. Do you see where I'm going with this? No, the only thing you can control is you, number one. Number two, this is whole idea that you don't need a masculine energy. Well, we all have both. So if you're rejecting you're rejecting masculine energy in general, you're rejecting your masculine energy. So where are you going to go? If you're all feminine, you don't move. You don't do nothing. You just, you dream and you do a lot of this stuff and you're like, woo, yay, it's all going to land in my lap. Maybe, but you still have to take some steps to get there. Okay? So please understand what I'm saying. If you have questions, definitely let me know. But it's like this whole idea that as a society, we're in this it's really weird, like in this energy of rejecting the masculine, period. Okay, and then now all of a sudden we're rejecting feminine too, because you can't even say certain words like mother, apparently now. Do you see where I'm going with this? So if we reject our masculine and we reject our feminine, who are we? We're vessels. That's it. That's all we are. We're robots. We're AI. We're easily controlled because our humanity is gone. You're not masculine. You're not feminine. You're just a flesh bag who can be controlled. Okay? Don't become that. All right? So when we talk about masculine and feminine, I'm really talking about energies, but just understand that we all have both. And if you reject those, you reject yourself. Okay? There has to be a balance of both, and they work together to achieve the same end. They just do it different ways. Okay? So masculine, very motivated here, and I do feel some of them want to come forward. Some of them do want to come forward. Some of them want to express how they feel. They want to express the message. They want to come in very, very fast. And there is a little bit of hesitation happening right now because, again, some feminines are in the energy of rejecting their masculine. Now, they're wondering. They're like, okay, so if I were to come forward with an offer, would it be good enough? Would feminine actually accept it? Would feminine believe me? Does feminine believe I am who I know I am? Does feminine believe I mean what I say? Does feminine believe that I love her? Things like that. The Lovers in reverse. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. They're questioning whether they should come forward because feminine is so in that Queen of Swords energy right now. Like she wants to control everything. She wants to... She knows what she's about. She wants to do it herself. Masculine's like, if I were to come in and actually offer anything, help, love, whatever, would she even take it? Would she even consider it? So feminine, maybe come down off of your high horse for a second. Let masculine lead for a second. Submission does not mean surrender. Submission does not mean subservience. Absolutely not. It's not synonymous. Stop listening to, sources out there that tell you words mean the same thing when they don't. Okay? When we change the meaning of words, we change language. When we change language, we change what? Belief. Guys, Rules for Radicals. Please read it. Anyways, so what I'm trying to say here, though, is that some of you feminines, you need to come off your high horse a little bit. You need to get into your receiving energy because masculine, believe it or not, is trying to help you. Okay? Let him lead. Let him be the masculine. You be the feminine. Okay? Pulled the wrong cards first. All right, so connecting energies or collective energies, however you want to attribute these. Softly, softly, the tender touch, and in the world, not of the world. And this, So, I mean, again, as a collective, it's like some of you are still in that damned if you do, damned if you don't energy. And that's where the anxiety is coming in. You know that whichever way you go, you're going to disappoint somebody, but you have to choose self. You have to choose self. You don't want to disappoint yourself. Okay, because that's the worst disappointment ever. Is when you didn't fulfill what you were supposed to fulfill. Then you have to come back and complete it. Okay? In the world, not of the world. And this right here is what I'm talking about when I say, when I just kind of went into my diatribe about the changing of words and meanings and things like that, and being just flesh bags that we are to control. If we think that we come from the earth, we come from the world, and we are products of our surroundings and not of, whatever you want to call it, so like consciousness or our creator or whatever. If you know that you are consciousness, if you know that this is not the only life you've ever lived, if you know this is not the only planet you've ever lived on, you're not of this world. You're in it. You are experiencing the world right now. Okay? And so when we experiencing the world, sure, but it doesn't mean just be a flesh bag. That is easy to control. Okay? So if you have people around you who are trying to guilt you and staying in a situation that you know is not good for you, you might want to release those people because they don't have your best interests at heart. They don't. They might think they do, but they don't know you. Not really. They see you as a projection of themselves. This is what I would do. So this is the advice I'm giving you. But I'm not you. Thank you for the advice. I appreciate your perspective, but it's not right for me. And I'm not going to do it. Don't take offense if I don't take your advice. It's not personal. Okay? Yeah, justice. Like they're just, the truth is justice. That's the whole point. Justice is truth. Okay? Synonymous, not necessarily no. But when we think of justice, we think of truth. Okay? Somebody got their just desserts because they did something that was not in integrity. They acted against truth, right? So they get their just desserts. Okay? So justice and truth. Choose truth, justice, and the American way and whatnot. Yay, Superman. Anyway, so we got the Queen of Pentacles here. So again, a lot of times the Queen of Pentacles to me does represent a female karmic. But in this instance, it's really just about getting your crap together in the 3D. Getting your crap together, knowing where your abundance comes from, knowing where knowing that you have to have an equal balance of both. That you have to be grounded, but you also have to have connection to source and have connection to your inner self and know how to navigate in this world. As an awakened person in this world of mostly non-awakened people, and I really hope that changes soon. And I'll tell you, there are more awakened people out there than you think. I talk to people every single day, and let me tell you, people are questioning a lot. And I don't know why, but people love to come to me and talk to me about these things, and I guess it's because I'm just, I seem like that kind of person that'll listen to you. And I will, definitely. I'll listen to you. I don't care who you are. A lot of people take me as argumentative. A lot of times I'm just trying to have a discussion because I'm curious about the way people think and why they think that way. It's interesting to me. I love talking to people. But yeah, it's like living in this world of illusion and smoke and mirrors and things like that as an awakened person is incredibly difficult. You have to keep that balance. You have to know what you're about or you're easily going to be led astray. Right? You're easily going to be led astray by falsities or falsehoods, by illusion, by pretty words and fancy pictures and mind. It's like I say mind-altering substances, but it's really more like things to distract you from dealing with your stuff, like Hollywood and entertainment and video games, and all of those things are wonderful. They're fun. They're great. I'm a World of Warcraft person myself. I love World of Warcraft. But I know it's not real. You know, it's an escape, sure, and it's fun, but when I come out, I'm not there, you know, and it's hard for me because I have to cut myself off sometimes because I get sucked in, and I know, you know, I know how that is, being an escapist. Okay? But you have, yeah, you got to complete that healing. Some of you, that's where your healing has stopped, is because you feel so overwhelmed by the 3D aspect of things. You feel rooted there. You feel stuck there. Right? You feel bound there, and you're not. You're not. What? Stand up for yourself. Do your thing. Right? And the rest will follow. The rest will fall into place. You just have to let it. Okay? Okay. All right. Messages from counterparts or inner self, source, however you want to take these. I thought I was happy, then you showed up. Showing your counterpart they can be more than they are being watched. Some of them are, I'm telling you, some of them are still in some really messed up situations that they have to stand up for themselves and get out of. Come on, masculine, get out of that crap. Or feminine, whoever. I know who you are. Okay, so again, some of you have a true counterpart coming in and they know who you are. They know who you are and they're acting on it. They're just not sure if you're going to accept them. Okay, so open yourself up. Okay, everything seems so surreal right now. That's because things are never what they seem. I'm seeing you in my dreams. So some of you, yes, you are getting dream communication. I want to tell you everything. Again, some of these masculines are holding themselves back because they're not sure you're going to accept what they have to say, and they want to tell you so bad. I love the way you tease. So again, sexual energy. And I'm not worthy of you. Bingo. Okay. So feminine, get out of your Queen of Swords. If that's your masculine talking to you. If it's your feminine talking to you, masculine, they don't feel worthy enough to accept your love right now. And it's not personal, but I would still move forward. Say what you gotta say. Do what you gotta do. Act in integrity. And feminine, whether she accepts you right away or not is not personal. You said what you needed to say and you said what you needed to hear. Do you understand? Don't let that hold you back. Don't let fear hold you back. Never let fear hold you back. Fear is not real. Not really. Okay. So messages and advice from source. So keep your dreams alive and laughter. Laughter is the best medicine. It really is. Like, when you're in a difficult situation, sometimes the only thing you can do is laugh. And I get a bad rap because I laugh inappropriately all the time. Because that's just how I deal with stress. I laugh. I just laugh. Like, and I think I was saying this on the video that didn't record, or maybe I did, I don't remember. I said it on a video, whether it was recorded or not, I don't remember. But, you know, having this, I remember when I was like 4, I was running around the apartment with a friend, and I know I'm not supposed to run around the apartment, right? So I got in trouble. My dad started yelling at me, and I just started laughing. And the harder he yelled, the more I laughed. And, you know, of course, you know, he thought I was laughing at him and laughing at getting in trouble, but in reality, it's just how I deal with stressful situations. I laugh. And so I turn everything into a joke. Even KOC sometimes, he's like, I have no idea when you're joking because you're so deadpan. And I'm like, I can't, it's just the way that I am. It's like, I see things and I say stuff. I'm just observant. And sometimes the stuff that I say, it's like, this is so ridiculous that it's funny. I can't do anything but laugh. Like sometimes when people are cussing at me for situations that I can't do anything about, but they're still cussing at me, look, there are days when I'm thankful for the mask, okay? Because I'm just behind that mask, just, you know, like trying not to laugh. And I don't want to offend these people because they're obviously upset. But at the same time, I'm like, you're yelling at me, but I can do nothing. You're taking your anger out on me. All I can do is bounce it back at you and laugh. That's all I can do, you know? So laugh. Laugh. Make a little inside joke with yourself about some of the stuff that you see that's absolutely ridiculous. You don't have to tell anybody. Just make it funny to yourself. And people ask what you're laughing about, I'm like, nah, nothing. Just thought of something funny. You don't have to share. Okay? Don't let your past hold you back. And that's what the fear is coming in right now. It's like some of you just have this repeating cycle of where you feel like you fail all the time. You don't fail. There's no such thing as failure. It's only lessons, right? So some of you are going, well, I can't do this because I've never been able to do it before. Or I fail at everything I do. Blah, 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 blah. Push it out of your mind. Okay? Don't let your past hold you back. Move forward. You can't change the past. You can't the future hasn't happened yet. Sorry, I was trying to figure out how to word it. You can't change the past. The future hasn't happened yet. The only thing you can do is right now. Is work on right now. Okay? And balance spirituality and practicality, and that's it. That is one of the overall messages of this, or overall themes of this message here, is balance. You have to have balance. You have to have both masculine and feminine. You have to have 3D and 5D. You have to have ego and intuition. You have to have both. And they work together. Okay? Don't let them be in conflict with each other. They work together. You can't have too much of both. If you do, then you're just all over the place. Okay? All right. I hope this has helped. If it has, please like, share, subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.